It is time to cover every #1 overall prospect in the state of California. 25 years, 25 prospects, and we'll go through all of their careers in this video. And we're starting off with the safety. I previously had done Florida. Now we're going to move on to California, kind of knocking out some of the bigger states here. We're going to see how many of these players kind of stick to the state of California or maybe venture out other places. This guy right here going to LSU. I can imagine Oregon's going to play a heavy factor in this video, probably USC and a couple of other teams. But the great thing about this is we're not going to have to wait very long. We and the second player have already found one of those very rare, very special running backs that is a power back, that is massive, that is speedy. He's going to be going to Texas, as if that wasn't bad enough with how talented he is. He's going to be going to a team that knows how to run the football with these great running backs that they've had over the years. And Chance Garrison, 81 overall, elite development, just limitless ceiling, and he is a monster. We've seen this archetype of a player, like an 81 monster power back with speed and athleticism and just all the great things that you want to see in a running back. And we have another gem here, so 2 of the first 3 being gems. And we got a little bit of playoff action for our first player. The safety from LSU is going to be taking on Boise State, as they're going to have a screen set up and it's going to get blown up, and Boise State's going to have to give the football to LSU with 3 minutes to play. And the running back for LSU trying to lock things up as they go to stretch outside. He's going to block and he's going to lay it up the sidelines, and LSU is going to take it all the way, and very quickly they are able to dispatch of Boise State as a rushing touchdown will seal the deal with a 2-score victory, and they take care of business against Cincinnati in the next round. So on to the semifinals, where 2 games where we weren't really going to be able to hop in. 52 points put up by Notre Dame. So, I mean, Caroma, defense, LSU, what are you doing? 52 points allowed. Chance Garrison as well, a whopping 1 carry as a freshman. And Isaacs goes to Oregon. So, no surprise that Oregon's on the board pretty early on. I mean, they're going to have the proximity to home, and they're the best team in that region. So, Chance Garrison taking a nice step up. He's going to be the starting back for Texas, which is nice to see. And he's already moving along pretty nicely at an mid-80s overall. Tremaine Isaac's pretty nice as well. We probably should be seeing him in the starting lineup very soon in his career. Obviously not immediately, but we are off to a nice start. We already got 3 nice players, and look at what we have here. What is going on with these freaks? 6'6" wide receiver who's a physical freak and a monster who can run, who can do so many things. No playoffs for Texas in their first season with Garrison, but he runs for 900 yards. And Martin Sharping, he's going to go to Arizona State, and Arizona State, a team that does kind of sneakily snag some of these players occasionally, never really does anything with them, but we'll see if, a 6'6" monster wide receiver can help them out. Chance Garrison looking pretty nice. Isaac's taking a nice step up, and, for teams like Texas and Oregon, you're going to have a nice boost from the team, the coaches, the strong coaching staff. Sharping, a 78 overall in a star development, so not, as sky high as a guy like Chance Garrison, but this is a player who could be a lot of fun. His hands could be nice. I mean, imagine 6'6" with just like unbelievable hands to go up and get it with that 50-50 trait potentially going all the way up. Chance Garrison is making an All-American team, and we're going to get to see him in some action here. Texas makes the first round of the playoffs look very easy against Texas A&M, 49-24, and we're going to get into a game against Georgia where they have the football, and they're going to throw underneath, and they're going to get themselves to a 2nd down and 3. Quick pass, slant route, going to be caught for the 1st down. I want to see Chance Garrison get this football, and here he is, and he's going to run, and he's not going to get brought down. And look at him. I mean, that's a 7-yard run, but they just couldn't bring him down, and he's going to get the 1st down here. Now I'll play action to him as the quarterback will throw over the middle, wide open man, and he's going to get it to goal to go. 3rd down and goal. Quarterback is looking. He's going to run it in. He's got the lane for the touchdown. So Texas got the lead in the play action game. Garrison helped them out a lot, and now an interception is going to be taken back. And the worst nightmare for any AI quarterback in this game, a curl route or a hitch route or something like that. I mean, my goodness, they love throwing picks on those. I try to turn the interception sliders as low as I possibly can, so there's going to be, less and less interceptions. I try to use different slider sets every time to try to get different experiences for these videos. But Texas up by 5 here as they got a screen set up. USC is going to go out of bounds. They're going to punt the football away, and now they're going to go play action to Garrison. Throwing on their run. Caught wide open, man, and he's going to get it to about midfield, 3rd down. They're going to throw it, and he's got a wide open man, and it's going to be a touchdown, and Texas is passing game locks things up, and they're going to a national championship pretty easily, pretty comfortably, and the offense is putting up the points. Notre Dame now winning this game up by 4, but Texas has the football. Handoff to Garrison. He's going to go outside, and he's going to go up the sidelines. You get a running back like him running downhill untouched for a dozen-plus yards. It's going to be hard to bring him down as the play action is going to result in an interception. Now Notre Dame takes over, and Notre Dame with the ball, they're going to chuck one deep, and coverage, one-on-one. He brings it down. He breaks the tackle, and Notre Dame scores. What a grab, one-on-one. And now Texas down by 2 scores. Quarterback's going to run it, and he's going to try to make up for the interception that he threw as 1st and 10. They're going to throw a deep ball, now one-on-one for them, and Notre Dame's going to come up with the football interception. So, I mean, they were contested, grabbing on offense and defense. The receiver getting that touchdown to put him up by 2 scores, and then defender out-muscling the receiver for the pick. Garrison is at 7 yards per carry, a 1,400 yard season just about. How about you hand him the football just every play? If you get 7 yards a carry, that is legitimately like Ashton Genty level numbers right there. If you just give him the ball every play, you're not going to lose. Quarterback goes to Wisconsin, safety gets drafted, and Garrison, one of the highest rated players we've had in any of these videos. How about a 95 overall? Usually when we see players hit these overall thresholds, like most of the time you get 94, but 95 and above is very rare, and he hit the 95 mark. So Garrison, I just say give him the ball about 300 times and see what happens. I want to see what records he can break, but we'll see what Texas decides to do. And in the next season, we have a safety, pretty speedy guy at the safety spot. And when it comes to Garrison, I'm going to just wait to show you what he was able to accomplish till the end of the season. Just know he won Best Running Back. He made All-American. He led his Texas team to an undefeated record and a first-round bye. Oregon also making the playoffs here with their linebacker. And now they're up against Syracuse in a 24-21 game. But they're going to get stopped. Syracuse now has the football. 3rd down. Outside, that's going to be caught. Syracuse, can they get a, 3-minute drive? I don't care what the seeding and the records say. If you beat Oregon in the playoffs, it just feels like an upset with the way these guys just are miraculously, somehow, some way, they are able to win. They are like the Chiefs in this game with just the absurd ways that they find a way to win games, and now Syracuse is going to run it, and they got the first down. They're in the red zone, threatening to take the lead with under a minute to go. Throwing over the middle, end zone in between 2 defenders. He's got it. Syracuse with the lead with 45 seconds to play. Dropping back, he's going to get sacked inside the 10. 4th down and long. Under 30 seconds to play. Throwing, and it's caught. He's going to keep the drive alive. And now 2nd down, they're going to throw it under 20 to play. And stepping up on the run, it's going to be caught. He's wide open, and he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out, and I think he could have went all the way if he got that block down the field. Now you're down to the last play of the game. Throw it end zone, and it's intercepted. And Syracuse survives. I think the receiver could have went all the way if he would have been able to keep his feet in bounds. He needed a block downfield. But wow, that was so close. And now Texas, we move over to them. They got an 8-point lead on Miami, and the football in their possession with a strike. Going to be caught inside the 25-yard line. Now trying to chew some clock up. They go to Garrison, who runs a man over. And even though he got swarmed, he's going to run a guy over. He's going to set him up for a field goal try, and the 2-score lead is going to be too much to overcome. Now we move on to a little showdown. Texas and Syracuse in the semifinals. Texas with the football, 3rd down, and he's going to get sacked. Now 4th down, they're going to punt the football away, and Syracuse going to take a shot up top. It's going to be incomplete. Now they got a 3rd down throw, and as the quarterback on a clean pocket, he's going to take a shot up the seam. It's going to be tipped around, bobbled, and caught it, and the tight end's got it. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. An unbelievable play to give him a 4-point lead with 3 minutes to go, and Texas with a big shot over the middle, and they're going to have to do it through the air, and they're going to need that touchdown as they already got to midfield, and they're moving the chains very nicely. 3rd down and 2. They got it again. 3 straight first downs. Now 2nd down with a minute to go. Outside, another big play. Now they're inside the 15, and they were just doing it all through the air, underneath, caught, turning upfield, spinning his way in for the touchdown. Syracuse, you got 30 seconds, and you got another crazy play, and you're already setting yourself up nicely. Just need another big play or two to get into field goal range as they're across midfield, 46-yard line, throwing once more, 22 seconds to play. Over the middle, he's got it into field goal range. It's going to be about a 50-yarder from here. They're going to run the football, and it caught him off guard, and that's going to be a great job to set up a closer field goal try. Kick is good. We're going to overtime as now Texas has the football, play action. And he's going to throw on the run. Got it for the tight end, who's going to rumble his way ahead for the first down. Now from the 5-yard line, they're going to throw it on 3rd and inches. They haven't given the ball to Garrison, but they haven't needed to. A touchdown, and they got the 7-point lead. A stop will win it, as now Syracuse has got goal to go very quickly. 3rd and goal. Outside, open man, touchdown. We're going to 2 overtimes as play action for Syracuse. And they're going to get sacked. Loss of about 10-ish, and now that's going to be 3rd down and 17. And a SWAT is going to force a field goal try. Texas, you can win it with a touchdown now. 7 yards to go as they're going to throw over the middle. Open man, got it closer. Now 3rd down once more, play action. And they're going to break out of a sack, and he's just going to throw it away, and they're going to settle for the field goal. I understand that Texas is a great team and all, but you got to give the ball to your superstar player. As now on the 2-point conversion try, we got a shootout, and finally they give Garrison the ball, but in the worst situation possible. And Syracuse, wide open man's gonna win it. And I gotta say, Texas, you mismanaged that one because you had a running back who ran for 2,000 yards and 8 yards per carry, like 20 touchdowns. One of the greatest seasons I have seen put up in this game. He was unbelievable. I mean, you hand this guy the football, and that's not even to take away from the fact that Martin Sharping put up an amazing season as well. Garrison, obviously, 1st-round pick, but like he literally just put up like Ashton Jeanty level numbers, and they didn't want to give him the ball in overtime. They didn't want to give him the ball in the 2-point shootout on a handoff. They didn't want to put the ball in his hands for some reason. I don't know. We got like the coach's son at quarterback or something, but like he's not the hero. Run the ball. What are we doing here? As like he's gonna go out on a sour note, but man, like 2,000 yards. How many times have you seen a running back in this game run for 2,000 yards in a simulation? And what's more wild is the fact that he didn't even win Heisman. I don't know what it takes to win Heisman. Now, I would say that's so unrealistic, but we're living in a world right now where Ashton Jeanty's already crossed 2,000 yards, and he's probably not going to win Heisman, which is a little ridiculous. You know, if I had a vote, you know, Travis Hunter, valid Heisman winner, but I vote for Jeanty. I think that's a pretty valid Heisman winner. The fact that he's not going to win it is ridiculous at this point, as now we're going to just move ahead. We got Martin Sharping. We're going to see some of him in action. Arizona State in the playoffs, and they are down by 3 against Cincinnati, and the football is in Cincinnati's hands. They're going to try the field goal for a 6-point lead, and it is good. So Arizona State, we're going to see some of Martin Sharping, the 6'6" receiver with over 90 speed, but they're going to get sacked, so we didn't really get to see much of him. Needing a stop, they'll throw in the run, and I guess we'll get another chance. Interception, and Arizona State's got another try at it. 2 minutes to play. Throw in as the quarterback's going to move on the run. Got it to his man right at the 2-minute warning. They're in enemy territory inside the 40-yard line. It's going to be play action. Running back picks up the block nicely. They're going to go over the middle in between 3 different defenders, and they fit that in there perfectly, and he hung on. Now outside, they're going to go an interception, and it's going to be Cincinnati on the run. It's going to get tracked down. He's going to get caught. It's not going to matter whether you let him score or not. You're not going to have time to stop him, and Arizona State goes out. And Isaacs, I mean, I was talking about the 2,000-yard rushing season from Garrison. Isaacs did transfer from Oregon to USC, so I mean there's that, and he's having a nice little career for himself. But I was just so hung up on that 2,000-yard season. That was ridiculous. But Boise State got on the board. Speaking of 2,000-yard rushers and Ashton Jeanty, we got Boise State as a part of this video now. Martin Sharping, I mean, look at him, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and now he is a 90 overall. His hands are unbelievable. I feel like at this point you could just throw up the football and he might just, a 50-50 ball for him. It might be like a George Pickens ball where it's like an 80-20 ball. I want to see him in action a little bit more. Hopefully they make the playoffs. We have Sue here, who was a normal development player. We never like to see those, but we've had mostly good players in this video so far, so we're bound to get a couple of stinkers in there. We got a tackle. I mean, look at this, though. Like, dude, what is happening in this simulation? I mean, 29 receiving touchdowns? What is going on? This is the most busted simulation when it comes to statistics that I have seen. 2,000-yard rusher, like a 30-touchdown wide receiver, and now we have Arizona State back in the playoffs there against Maryland now. Quarterback is going to bail, and he's going to run the football. He's He's got a lane, and he's going to fight ahead. Not quite at the first down marker. 4th down and 2. They're going for it, and they're going to run it up ahead and just barely get it. As I like the aggressive call as they went forward, and they didn't want to try a long field goal. They didn't want to punt the football away. Quarterback going to run it again. 4th down and 2. This time they're going to go for the field goal. It's a little bit more manageable, and they're going to get it and knock it through. Now a 3-point game is Maryland with the football, and they got to run to start off their drive. A nice one for 10 yards, 3rd down and 3. They're going to hand it off once more, and they got another first down right at midfield. 3rd down and 5. Now they're going to go through the air, and quarterback's got time, but no one got open. He's going to get brought down 4th and 5 as the defense can try to win the game here, and they're going to do just that. Coverage held up so nicely on those final 2 plays, and now they're going to hand it off, and a big run lane opened up, and he's going to get the first down, and that's going to be game. They tack on a field goal. The difference between the play clock and game clock was a couple of seconds. They just had to tack on the field goal. USC, Isaacs made the playoffs, but he got bounced out pretty quickly. Let's refocus on Arizona State, who's got Texas. No chance Garrison to run for 2,000 yards on them, but you still have a really nice Texas team all around, and Arizona State trying to pull this thing off. They have the football. They are down by 7 with 5 to go, and over the middle, that's going to be caught, and a first down inside the 40-yard line. They're going to throw over the middle, and they're sharping for the first down as he's going to get the grab, and we want to see a little bit more. Target him a little bit as they're going to get the first down. They got a lot of different playmakers on this roster, though, as the running back's going to get up ahead for the first down. Now they're at the 10-yard line, throwing end zone for Sharping, and it's going to be a touchdown. The 6'6" boxed him out for the score to tie the game up, and now throwing over the middle, diving grab, and Texas keeping their drive going. 2nd and 8, and another first down. A minute and a half to go. They're going to throw a grab for the first down marker. They give it to him midfield as another pass outside is going to be intercepted, and Arizona State's going to take it and get all the way to the 20-yard line. The path is clear to win this game. Handoff, and they're going to go outside. Broken tackle. He's going to get inside the 10, but he steps out of bounds, so that's maybe the only negative of that play, but they're going to go right back to it, and this time he's got the end zone, and they're at least going to give Texas an opportunity to tie this game up, and they got a big play. They set the blitz, an all-out blitz, and that almost was disastrous. 2nd down and 10 outside. Another first down grab as Texas is moving the ball effectively through the air, just can't turn it over, but they are going to turn it over. They're going to turn it into a touchdown, and Texas ties it 38-38. You got under 40 seconds to play. Now you got to get another big drive to go down the field. Maybe get this field goal. Under 20 to go, and they got it. Big play, spin move, and he's inside the 30-yard line. They're just going to kick the field goal. That's going to be up and good. Arizona State's offense would not be denied on that one. 41 points put up, and now close to a national championship appearance as they got Ohio State down by 4, and the offense is going to have to work some more magic as they got a whole bunch of options to throw to. It's not just Sharping. He is only one of many good receivers and pass catchers and rushers on this team as they're going to go with a read option. Quarterback going to get the first down as he's at the 40-yard line. Drop him back once more as you go outside. That's going to be caught for a first down inside the 30. Now another one up the sidelines, and he's going to be inside the 5-yard line. And now the handoff is going to be into the end zone. And a lead for Arizona State with just about a minute and a half to play. Over the middle, jumped up, intercepted, and now just a first down away from sealing this game. Arizona State throwing and called for the first, and they're going to run up the clock, and they are going to a national championship. A pretty unique national championship. It's Arizona State versus Cincinnati, and these two teams are in the Big 12, so a conference showdown in the national title game. Cincinnati is down by 3, and they got the football now as they're going to throw outside, and they're going to get brought down. 2 guys got him, and they're going to put the football away. Arizona State 2.5 to go, and they can seal this game with a couple of first downs, and they got one there. Now time is running down. 2-minute warning. Handoff outside. He's got an open lane, and he's going to juke ahead, get a couple of more yards and another first down, and now we're in a situation where one first down could do it. Throwing, he's got it, and that's going to be all it takes. Arizona State wins a national championship of all teams, and Martin Sharping, what a career. 3 unbelievable seasons. I also wanted to show you, this was the Heisman winner who put up like 29 touchdowns. He ended with 31 touchdowns. I just wanted to show you the game logs because my goodness, that is an unbelievable season. And part of me was just sitting there thinking, man, I wanted to just kind of drop things and go and spectate him for a little bit. I don't know who in the heck that dude is because, my goodness, what a player. Like, he ended up with, I think, like 1,800 yards, 31 receiving touchdowns. That might be the best receiving season I have also seen in this game. So already in this simulation, we are like not even halfway done, and we have already seen the best receiving season I have ever seen in this game, and it wasn't even from a player associated with this video. And then the best running back season I have ever seen. I mean, are we going to see the best quarterback season that I have ever seen next? What are we going to see now? It feels like it's going to be hard to replicate and reach the highs that we have already seen in this video. I don't think we're going to be seeing any Derrick Henry clones or 6'6" monster wide receivers, but we got a little bit more action in the playoffs this season. Leon Tucker, the quarterback for Wisconsin, is taking on Texas. It feels like Texas is everywhere, whether we're spectating them or spectating somebody against them. Flag is down. It is a 33-36 game. What a offensive showcase for both these schools, as it's going to be Texas getting sacked, 4th down, and now with the football in their possession, it's going to be a handoff outside, 1st down, and Leon Tucker trying to close the deal here as the handoff is going to be outside once more. Another 1st down at the 2-minute warning. They are going to run the clock a little bit more, and Leon going to look. He's going to get sacked, and timeout used. Field goal try is going to be up, and it is no good. The door is left wide open for Texas in a 3-point game. Taking a shot deep, immediately going for the end, and it's going to be a touchdown. Texas went for the kill shot, and they are just going to hit it. Now Wisconsin's immediately going to come back and throw an interception. And you can question, maybe don't go for the long field goal in that situation. Maybe just punt the football away, make them drive the length of the field, but they wanted the touchdown lead. Leon Tucker puts up 2 really nice seasons, but ultimately isn't going to get any sort of team success out of it. But it will get him, you know, potentially late in the NFL draft, as he's going to go, there you go, 6th round. So at least he gets to the NFL. And Texas, guess we're going to be keeping up with them for a little bit longer. They go and get the next player in Sean Landry, a linebacker. We've already seen a number of players in this video be #1 overall prospects in the nation, like a couple already. So it's also been nice to see that not only we're getting top recruits from the state of California, we're getting really quality players and #1 overall recruits, gems, elite dev players, 80 overall guys that walk in, or high 70s overall guys in this linebacker. Pretty decent player. I mean, it's Texas. We're probably going to keep up with them a little bit more, as it's going to be a quarterback on the board up next. So nice to see that. Always love seeing, you know, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and not just offensive linemen or D linemen. No disrespect to those players, but they're not as fun to spectate, obviously. And Texas, look at that. They're back on the board once more, back to back, as they get Landry and Hundley. So now they've already gotten, of the first 10 players, they've gotten 3 of them. So California looking like it's going to be Texas's region for this video. As you can see, Sue as well. He was the only 4-star player that we have had so far in this video, and he was a normal development, but he's all the way up to an 87, which is really good for a normal dev player to actually, like, hit his full potential and be a borderline NFL caliber player. Chuck Hundley, elite dev, nice skill ceilings, decent overall rating, good player, good team. He's going to be primed for success. So as we kind of await to see what the next opportunity we'll see these players kind of playing and jump into playoff matchups for them, Hundley in his first season was able to get a couple of action, you know, a couple of games in there, but ultimately not the starting quarterback for his school, and they didn't make the playoffs. But as we kind of wait for the next opportunity to hop in a game, I want to, you know, let you guys know that we are approaching the end of the year, and I did set a little goal after, you know, some of these videos over the past couple of months have really gotten my channel a little bit more traction. I wanted to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're, you know, like 800-ish away. So with a month to go, I'd like to hit that goal. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff would be super helpful. I'm trying to continue to get, you know, 2 to 3 videos out every single week for you guys, and I've been basically doing this consistently, 2 to 3 videos a week, mostly 3 videos a week for the last like 3 months. And you know, it's been a lot of work, but, you know, I try to continue to make this a full-time thing, and we'll see if I could continue to get, you know, more subscribers and make this a career. So any support, any help on that would be much appreciated. but we are continuing to move on. Also, you seen Arizona State won another national championship. They're becoming a legit school in this, like a legit powerhouse team in this dynasty, and they're over here stacking up players. They're, you know, a first-round bye team. We got some playoff action here, and it's going to be Texas. We got Hundley and Landry both in the game against West Virginia, and it's going to be 23-17. Hundley's getting sacked, and it's going to be West Virginia football play action. They're going to roll out and get swatted, and nice job from the defender to get his hands up on the football, as now Hundley's going to get sacked again. Two guys ran at him. It's third down and long. He's throwing one outside. That's going to be caught, and on the run, the defender just bad pursuit angle. There's a flag down. Is this one going to stand? The big play is going to hold up its pass interference, and now at the goal line, Texas going to throw outside. It's swatted away. It's fourth down and goal. Game on the line, basically, and it's a touchdown for Texas, and they get the job done at the very end. A 1-point victory, and that crucial play on third down and long to hold things up as the pass interference. I mean, the pass interference was nice, but the catch and run was even better. We have another flag down as we have a game against Stanford, and once again, the flag's going to benefit Texas. It takes away a first down. Now third and long, and he gets brought down, so Texas very much benefiting from the penalty flags as they're going to get a first down there, and at the 40-yard line, trying to get into field goal range. Outside, that's going to be caught. Contested curl route inside the 30-yard line. Third down. He's going to take the shot, and he's got it for the touchdown. And now 2-point conversion on the way. Hundley looking, throwing, back of the end zone. Caught. 2 points is good. 7-point lead, and then the defense could try to slam the door on this one. Minute and a half to go, and they're going to get the sack. He's going to roll right into pressure. It's going to be third down and long, and the pressure gets in again. Incomplete. Fourth down and long. Game on the line. Throwing, and it's intercepted. He threw it into double coverage. I mean, everyone you could see on the screen was covered, and it's just nowhere to go with the football in Texas. Gonna move on to the semifinals. Arkansas now down by 3, and Texas has the football. They've already come close to a national championship earlier in this video as they punted back to Texas. These teams trading 3 and outs, but Texas came close with Chance Garrison. Felt like they kind of missed their opportunity. They lost to Notre Dame. They lost to Syracuse, but they're on top here with a minute and a half to go, and they could go to the national championship one more time to try to get what they couldn't do before in this video as the fumble scooped up. Fourth down, last chance, throwing, and it's going to be caught, and that fumble being scooped up by the quarterback saved them big time, and now on the run, he's going to go all the way inside the 5-yard line, close to the end zone. 40 seconds to play. He's going to roll and get sacked, and a massive sack by the defense. 15-yard line, third and goal, throwing end zone. It's going to be caught, and Arkansas stuns Texas almost at the buzzer, and it's going to be Arkansas moving on. Texas loses again. So the Texas boys, no matter who it's been, it could be a generational running back, a quarterback, and a linebacker duo. These teams, obviously, aside from these players that we are focusing on, are really good. Also, I don't know what to really show you about offensive linemen. I've just been kind of showing you the downs played and the sacks allowed, but the Texas boys have not been able to get it done no matter who is on the team. They've been making the playoffs almost every other year, and no matter what, national championship, semifinals, they just haven't gotten the job done. But now Landry's looking really good, the mid-90s overall with the boosts and everything. Quarterback about a 90 overall with the boosts. And you got to do something at some point, Texas. You're getting all these great recruits and getting all these great players. You got to make it happen. And yeah, for offensive linemen, I mean, it is just a little bit weird with offensive linemen because, like, there's nothing to really watch with them. So, I mean, there's been instances where they make the playoffs, but, like, we're not going to sit there and just watch an offensive lineman. I mean, unless you're a real blocking enthusiast. I'm trying to go and make this as entertaining as possible. I don't think you want to watch that, though. But Texas, look who's back in the playoffs. No surprise here. Can they get the job done this time? Down by 2 against Kansas State. Kansas State has the football, has 4.5 minutes on the clock. Now they're running it under 4 minutes to go. Speed option, flipping it out. He's going to get the first down. They're inside the 20. You cannot allow a touchdown here. Throwing outside. Third down is going to be a stop. So you're going to get the football back with under 2 minutes to play. Down by 5, so you need the touchdown. And Hundley, can you do what Texas has not been able to do and take this team to a national championship as they're going to drop back and throw it? And he's going to go outside. That's going to be intercepted. And you're going to go one and done in the playoffs. Man, Texas, they just love to disappoint and they love to underwhelm. I mean, for those of you who watched the Crowning the King of Texas video, the 2-parter that I did, you know Texas is a little underwhelming at times, but man, it doesn't matter how some of these players are playing really good. I mean, a 2,000-yard rusher. Look at all these draft picks. Look at all these great players. And the quarterback declared early, and he's going out there, going to the NFL. The linebacker, he's a high draft pick. I was hoping that with Hundley, we could get another season out of him. He was kind of right on the fringe of being a guy who could come back or declare. But with a quarterback, I was thinking, if he comes back for another year, he's probably going to be a first-round pick. But just wanted to go. I mean, I can't blame you. This team cannot get the job done. Speaking of quarterbacks, we do have more on the horizon, though, as Edward Steed for Stanford. Could this be their Andrew Luck or something? I don't know. Gem quarterback here, an athlete. So quarterbacks are popping up, a couple in a row. And for Arizona State, their DN, this guy, Star, it's kind of been And Steed, cool for him that he is starting right off the bat. Randall, he is going to be going to Notre Dame, but this dude, George Starr, has been kind of flying under the radar. I mean, some of these players are kind of been pretty irrelevant. I mean, the guys that we have focused on so far have been, like, absolute monsters. But some of the other guys have just been kind of boom or bust players. I mean, the booms are crazy. 6'6" receiver, 2,000-yard rusher, quarterback, linebacker, really nice players. The busts, though, are like just a whole bunch of nothing. And Randall, despite being a gem quarterback, really low overall. He's one of those quarterbacks who just isn't really a quarterback. He's 72 overall, but like I've seen players like this where they are listed at a scrambling quarterback archetype, but like you go through and I looked at his stuff, he's a better corner, he's a better running back, he's a better receiver, but because his default is quarterback, they just kind of put him there. I would like to see this game kind of change that up to where they're more flexible, where they're willing to put the players. The computer always just defaults them to their archetype of where they're, listed as in the recruiting board, even though they can play a multitude of positions. I'd like to see the computer say, hey, well, he's a better player at these other positions, and maybe we need this a little bit more, or put him there. Or maybe he's a little bit worse, but we need this position a little bit more, and put him, wherever they need him, rather than just kind of defaulting to the same thing. But we're going to see if Randall can kind of make a move here. He's been one of the lowest overall players that we've had, so he's got an uphill battle, but he can have a chance to be great. And then we have Jamison Free, another quarterback. That's 3 in a row. He's going to be going to Oregon, and that could be a little scary, Oregon getting a quarterback. If he ends up being good, that's going to be terrifying, especially since he's starting as a freshman. Now, when we look at the playoff situation, well, Randall here at Notre Dame, maybe putting him at quarterback ain't so bad. They're going to be down by 7, though, in this playoff game against Tennessee, and Tennessee has the football, and they're going to run, take off, and that was your opportunity to get off the field, and you just let it blow right by you. Now 3rd down in field goal range, potentially. They're not going to get it, but they are going to get a field goal try. And for a 2-score lead with under 2 to go, it's going to be good. So couldn't really do anything there. Tennessee, 20 points in the 4th quarter. They went on and scored again. It's just not able to do anything there for Notre Dame. So maybe we'll see Randall back in the playoffs again. Also, this guy for Alabama, Lockett, he's been really good. It's just Alabama hasn't been making the playoffs, which is really weird. But I guess, Alabama may be a little washed nowadays because they probably shouldn't make the playoffs in real life this year. So maybe the game ain't so unrealistic after all. Star gets drafted, and we're going to be looking at Oregon getting another player. And this is a first. Oregon gets a athlete offensive lineman, and athlete offensive linemen very typically are centers. So we have our first center of the video, and I can't recall us getting a center in any of these videos, so I don't know if that's really all that exciting. It's a center, but again, with these athletes, though, center athletes, really good defensive linemen. So if you kind of take a peek whenever you're needing defensive linemen, if there's no defensive lineman you really want in a class, or you're running out of options, go try to find an athlete center. And some of them are really good defensive linemen, and honestly are better D linemen than they are centers. So again, another situation where it's like, it'd be cool if the team kind of flipped them and put them on the D-line, but not going to happen. Oregon is going to be in the playoffs with Jamison Free. Free had a really crazy season as a freshman. He started as a freshman, but threw 17 picks, which was really bad. Like 22-17 for an Oregon quarterback. That's really bad, but he's in the playoffs now, and he's playing a whole lot better, as it's going to be 20-20. Stanford, Oregon, Steed versus Free. Pass is going to be caught, and first down. Free has 3 minutes to go and trying to get a game-winning drive, and he might not even need to have a game-winning drive. It's a game-winning play if they can hold on here. 27-20 as Steed's going to go down. He gets sacked. 4th down and 21. Throwing deep ball. It is incomplete. Oregon has it back. Steed is going to watch him throw a touchdown. What a ball. And what a grab in the back of the end zone. 3 scores, and Jamison Free takes his team to the next round, throwing outside. Second round game against Mississippi State. It's a 3-point game, and Mississippi State has the football. They're going to get a curl route for the first down in enemy territory as they'll drop back to throw once more over the middle. That's going to be caught, turning upfield, first down, and now inside the 35-yard line, dropping back again. They're already in field goal range, but they're going for the touchdown. Is there going to be a goal to go inside the 5-yard line? 2 minutes to play. Drop in to throw, back of the end zone. What a ball inside a tight window. Touchdown. And Oregon now, they're going to need to respond with one of their own as they had a big play. Now at about the 43-yard line, throwing outside, and they got another big play. 2 back-to-back big chunk ones as they're going to go back in the end zone. 3rd down, intercepted out of bounds. 4th down, Free. This is your last chance with under a minute to play. He's going to look, he's going to run it, and he's going to get around the defender and dive in for the touchdown. And now Mississippi State down to a Hail Mary to throw it deep for the win. It's going to be swatted down. Oregon pulls off the game-winning drive, and Free is on to the semifinals against the UConn, down by 7. So you got to come out here and make another comeback or another big-time drive as they're going to go read option. Free is a good runner of the football. He's going to run over a defender. He does not slide, it looks like, as he's going to throw up the seam. Got it for the touchdown. This dude Free does not care. He does not slide. He takes deep shots, and now the defense is getting a sack. Great field position. Hand off to the running back, and he's inside the 30-yard line for the first down. 2-minute warning has hit over the middle. Hospital ball thrown. The receiver hangs on, though, and the handoff is going to be into the end. So this quarterback just slings, and he has no care for what his receivers, what shots they are taking. That ball's going to be kind of tipped around and caught as a minute to play. Oregon outside. They're going to watch him get a completed pass at about midfield. Now they're past in enemy territory. 20 seconds. They're going to go outside. Intercepted. Oregon is going to a national championship, and this quarterback Jamison Free is nuts. But ultimately, can Oregon get the job done against Illinois? They're down by 6, and they got the football with 5 minutes to play. Free's going to throw one, caught, and he's going to be on the run. He's going to get the touchdown. Oregon with the lead, now 1-point game. Illinois with the football as they're going to try to tuck and run, nowhere to go. Sack, and now Oregon in 3rd and 3. They're going to get the first down, so now trying to run some clock here. 2 minutes to go up the middle, and that's going to be stopped, and the field goal try is going to be a long one, and it's no good. Illinois with the door wide open, and this has been something we've seen before in this video where the kickers will miss a long kick. It sets the other team up in great position. Quarterback with a massive run inside the 30-yard line. Under a minute to play. He's running. He got by a defender, and he's going to turn upfield for a first down inside the 15-yard line. Now inside the 10. Handoff. He's in for the touchdown, and the escapability of the quarterback got them. This game potentially is an interception on the 2-point conversion. It's going to give Oregon at least a small chance to win this game in regulation, but Free's getting swarmed and sacked. Timeout used. 15 seconds to play. Throwing up 4th down. It's intercepted, and Oregon's going to go down in the national title game. But they made it that far, and I mean, the kicker, if he makes his kick, things could be a little bit different, or maybe they get the quarterback down on one of those. Fortunately, we're not going to see Lockett play, but like, he had a really good career. That's what's like really weird, is we're just never going to see him play because they didn't make the playoffs. But I mean, really nice career from him. Randall's doing all right. Free, a much better season for him, and he's a running threat, even though he's not as like fast as some of these other players that we see at quarterback. But I mean, 86 speed, I think, is what he has. Is good enough. He's going to be really effective on the ground. I mean, more than what these other quarterbacks have been doing. Randall, for example, is one of them who's a lot faster, but just doesn't do as much in the rushing success. So I don't know. Maybe that's a playbook thing. Maybe he's just a beast breaking tackles and everything. So far in this video, a number of the players have come up short, except Martin Sharping, the 6'6" wide receiver. He won a national championship, but Texas has been coming up short. Now Oregon, they came up short in the big game. Some of these other players haven't really gotten out of like the first round. You know, so far it's just been not a lot of these players succeeding from a team standpoint, but the ones that are, man, they're just so fun to watch. And we're going to see Free back in the playoffs. They got to go through a pretty odd side of the bracket where they dominate Western Kentucky and then they dominate Rice. So not exactly big-time heavy-hitting competition, but they're on to the semifinals against Miami, and it's a one-point game. Free is going to throw underneath for the first down, and they can go and engineer themselves a drive to take the lead, but Free gets blown up. Now they have to punt the football away. Third down, though, defense is going to force a 3-and-out ball, just doinking off the lineman, and now Oregon's got it in good field position. Shot over the middle. The strike is good at the 30-yard line. Now dropping back, a screen set up, and nowhere to go, no blocking. And you got to settle for the field goal try, but that is enough to give you the lead and a 16-14 game defense now. Their turn. Can they do it again? Another 3-and-out? No 3-and-out this time. Quarterback's going to slide ahead for the first down. Now dropping back. 1st and 10. Outside. It's going to be caught. And up the sidelines. Can they get him? Yes, they can track him down and keep things at least out of the end zone. But a field goal give them the lead. And they might get a touchdown anyway. Minute and a half to go. Up the middle. And it's a score for Miami. Jamison Free, what do you got for us? With under a minute and a half to go. This first pass is going to be caught. Great ball placement there. And now another play shot is going to be in the middle of the field, caught for the first down. You got time, but they're going to use their timeouts pretty early. 3rd down and 11 suddenly, as that one's going to be caught, and he is delivering tight window throws, as now it's going to be another pass in between a defender inside the 5-yard line. Jamison Free, 4 for 4 with 4 great passes and make it 5 for 5, and the victory. Jamison Free was dealing in that one, and now they're into the national championship, and it's a high-scoring game, 35-32, as Oregon has the football down by 3, but they're getting blown up in the backfield, and now TCU with the football. They're going to try to seal this game up with 3.5 to go, and it's going to be caught for a first down now outside. It's going to be intercepted, and Oregon's defense does the job, and they're going to do everything they need to get the lead for Oregon, and now TCU's offense, they need to go and make up for that real quick. They only got under 3 minutes to play. Quarterback going to slide down 4th down, and they are going to punt it, and they give Jamison Free the opportunity to seal the deal, and Oregon has won the national championship. They made it last year and lost, and now this year they make it and take care of business against TCU. And that's going to be Jamison Free just steadily improving season to season. And he's going to be on track to be one of the more winningest quarterbacks in college football history if he can go out there and replicate that. Because, I mean, how often do you see a quarterback make 2 national championships in their college career? Not often. Now, how many will make 3 in their career? I actually don't have the stats on that. Has there been quarterbacks to make 3 national championships in their career? I don't know, but he's going to have another opportunity because he wanted to stay for another season, and it's Oregon, so they're obviously going to be the favorites. And something we have run into in this video, we have a cut, and Trent, the tackle, he was a bust tackle who was 73 overall. He wasn't good, and USC had a lot of offensive linemen, so I mean, I've been trying to avoid cuts in situations in these videos. The last couple ones, I've been making sure players don't get cut. And I tend to leave it alone if it's a situation where cutting them makes sense. And I guess cutting them made sense there. But Free, Heisman winner now. And Oregon, 1st round bye. And they're going to take care of business in the 2nd round in the Rose Bowl, dominating ECU. And how about a little national championship rematch here as Oregon is taking on TCU once more. TCU wants revenge for last year. They want to book their ticket back to a national title appearance and get the job done, beat Oregon, and win what they thought they should have won last year. And it's a tie game. Oregon gets the sack, and they're going to punt the football away. Now Free is going to have that blown up, and they're going to have to put the football right back in a 3-and-out. 2 minutes to play. Shot deep is going to be caught at the 40-yard line now. TCU moving as they're going to go outside once more, and that's going to be caught for a gain of 15. Now inside the 25-yard line. Handoff is going to be outside inside the 10-yard line. Goal to go. Timeouts are being used, and TCU diving into the end zone for the touchdown. And Jamison Free, you got another big drive in you as it's going to be 40 seconds to go, and you're already at the 45-yard line. Outside, that's going to be caught up the sidelines, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown. They respond quickly. And instead of going for the tie, they're going to go for the win. 2-point conversion. It is no good. They went for 2, and they didn't get it. Now the onside kick is going to be recovered by Oregon. What? Oregon picks up the onside kick, and now they're going to get a ball inside the 45-yard line. They're going to try a 60-yard field goal for the win. What is going on? Kick on the way. It's good. Oregon went for 2, missed it, and still won the game. How? That is the ultimate, like, devil magic type of victory. That is the type of stuff people be talking about with, like, Mahomes or, like, the Steelers just somehow winning games that they just have no business winning, and everything goes their way. And now Oregon can get a back-to-back national championship victory as Free up by 2. If he scores a touchdown, this game could be over, as Free's going to throw one outside, swinging it to the back. It's going to be caught for the first down and at the 15-yard line. Can they shut the door on a back-to-back title victory? Free has got the read option inside the 5-yard line. Goal to go. Throw in. Quick pass outside. Touchdown, Oregon. And the 2-score lead is going to give them a national championship. And Jamison Free, in 4 years as a starter, 3 national championship appearances, 2 national title victories, a Heisman Trophy, and that is one of the most decorated careers we have ever seen in one of these videos. He's obviously a first-round pick, and he just got a little magic in him to pull out victories, as he had some wild moments in his career. But man, 2 national championships, 3 appearances. We haven't seen something like that in one of these videos. As Free, I don't think we're going to top that either. I mean, we've had now 3 players in this video that are, like, just absurd. Like, just Sharping, Chance Garrison, and now Jamison Free are all, like, 3 of the best that we've ever seen. Like, Free is one of the best quarterbacks we have ever seen. Garrison, arguably the best running back we've seen. Sharping, arguably the best receiver we have seen. Like, this video has been star-studded, and it hasn't been, you know, talent everywhere, and we've been watching all 25 of these players. But, I mean, the ones that we have been watching, it's just so top-heavy and absolute stars-studded video. California absolutely delivering on some of the best players we've seen. And we're coming down to the home stretch, and only a couple more players yet to be revealed and scouted and brought into the world of college football. Currently, right now, I mean, we're not going to get some crazy gameplay with the fact that USC just has a bunch of tackles. I mean, 3 of the 4 players that we have previously had were just tackles. All of them went to USC. USC cut one of them, and now the next guy is going to be a safety, but he's the number 2 overall player in the nation. And we already have a safety actively in the world of college football right now with Redwine at, you know, Cal, doing really good. He was a 80 overall with elite development coming in, so he's really good. He's like a really good player. It's just, you know, we haven't really gotten to see him. Cal doesn't often make the playoffs. I rarely ever actually see Cal do good in this game. I don't know about you guys, but I've done so much, and there are just some teams where even if you expect them at least like one time to luck into a playoff run or a national title run, they just never do. Like, I've seen the most obscure teams of, you know, ever win the national title, and then just some team that you'd expect to do it at least once in 100 years of simulating, he just doesn't even come close. And Cal kind of feels like one of those teams that doesn't often get that far, but I've seen them in the playoffs a handful of times. We have a running back up next, so one of our last players is going to be a running back, so that could be a little interesting. Cortez Rhodes, and we'll see where he goes, as I kind of show you the offensive line statistics and what Redwine is doing. He gets drafted, he made an All-American team, is a really nice player, and Cortez Rhodes goes to Rice, and Rice has been actually pretty good in this dynasty. I mean, they did get blown out by one of the Oregon teams that Free was, you know, running, but, you know, it's Oregon. You're running into a steamroller. So Rice has been making the playoffs a couple of times, and we're going to see if Cortez Rhodes can get involved in the mix, as Jay Wilkes is also, you know, the safety that we had just gotten, star development, pretty decent player at Illinois. Rhodes, meanwhile, he is going to be a starting running back for Rice off the bat, and that's going to be pretty nice. And he's got impact development, so nothing crazy there, but being a starter off the bat at a running back spot is really good. Next player, this is scary. It's a bust, and he's a route-running wide receiver. Be prepared for the worst player you have ever seen in your life when we get to that. But Rice made the playoffs, so let's get to see some of Cortez Rhodes, and he gets a first down there at the 35-yard line. It is a 24-24 game, play action throwing, and that's going to be caught for the first down in the red zone, as now they're going to play action to Rhodes once more. Shot over the middle. It's going to be caught for the first inside the 5-yard line. Now they're going to toss it out, and that's going to be a touchdown. And Cortez Rhodes punches it in, and now East Carolina, they're going to be throwing the football out of bounds. It's going to be a 3 and out for them, and now Cortez Rhodes on great field position, sweeping outside. He's going to go out and break a tackle, and he's going to go up the sidelines in for the touchdown, and he gets Rice to a playoff victory. And a great job from Cortez Rhodes. He's making plays early on. Now they're going to get smacked around a little bit by Washington, but at least we got to see him get in there as a freshman, just like a high 70s overall, and make a couple of plays. He was kind of split in time. He was, in a situation where he was the starting running back, but he wasn't like the third down back. And he was kind of split in time, but pretty good stats for a freshman running back, and we're going to see what he can, eventually grow into. And like I said, pre-prepared for like the worst player you have ever seen, because if you've watched these videos and if you played this game enough, you would know route runners are already bad overalls, and you would also know that a bust route runner is probably going to be the worst thing you have ever seen in your life, because keep in mind, all these players have been basically high 70s overalls, star, elite development, the occasional impact. We had a bust normal, but man, oh man, how about a 67 overall normal wide receiver who is 10th on the depth chart? I can guarantee you he is not making it to a second season, because he is awful. And he's so low on the depth chart. They have so many wide receivers on their team. We have another bust as the 24th player, but my goodness. And he is a prime example of a player that I try to, like I said before, make sure these players don't get cut. But if a player is in a situation where he absolutely should be cut, like, I know if we were playing these dynasty modes, if I were playing it, if you were playing it, ain't no way that dude is not getting cut at some point, because he stinks. And, like, it makes sense if and when he does get cut. And I'm not going to really, fight for the dude to stay on the roster. He's never going to play. He's 10th on the depth chart. And there's a lot of players on that team. And they ended up recruiting a lot more receivers. And what do you know? Look at how many receivers they have. He got cut. Like, they actually have, like a dozen receivers. He was never gonna play, so he got cut. I didn't even make that happen. It didn't even take him a year. He's gonna be going off to Division III football probably, or go get an office job or something, never to be seen again. But we're gonna be moving on to the final player, and it's gonna be a tackle, so that's gonna be kind of awkward that we're ending off with a tackle. But as we at least see, we're going to get a little bit more action here, as Cortez Rhodes didn't get any action in his sophomore season as they missed the playoffs. But look at Rhodes as they have leaned on him, and he has become a really nice player. And they're going to hand the football off to him once more. And another first down, as they're just going to grind the clock out. And they're going to go with a draw play back to Cortez Rhodes, and a first down. I'm not exaggerating. They've handed him the football like every play of this drive, and now a read option. Well, perfect time to bust that out. Now 4th down and goal. They're just going to go for it. And how about Rhodes running over a man? Touchdown. And trust me when I tell you, I wasn't exaggerating. They gave him the ball like every play. Don't believe me? Take a peek at the stat line. Player of the game, 42 rush attempts. Are you guys okay? You can pass the football a little bit, I guess they don't really need to. And then a dominant victory in the second round in Rhodes. How about another 120 yards to add on to that? He's carried the football like 70 times in these 2 playoff games. And now you got Clemson, and you got a close one. Can we see Rice go to a national championship? They're going to break the tackle. It's at the 25-yard line. Now dropping to throw the football. As they're going to go to Rhodes underneath. He can catch it a little bit too. And they are feeding him the football. This is what Texas should have done with Chance Garrison. Give him the football 42 times in a game to see what happens, as they're going to throw one for the end zone. Caught, and they're going to have to review it, but they say touchdown. Rice has the lead, and this may be the final opportunity for anyone to win a national championship, and Rice is in position. Can they go all the way, as there's going to be Clemson with the first down in enemy territory, under 2 to play, as they're going to get hit as he's thrown. 4th down. Can they get off the field? Clemson gonna go outside, and he's wide open. Touchdown. And now you're down to your final chance, Rice, and you can't really run the football much, as they're gonna throw. Caught for the first down on the curl past the 30-yard line. Timeout used. And then have to go. Clean pocket outside. That's gonna be intercepted, and Clemson takes the football and is gonna take the victory. If they can't get the stop, and they're not going to. Touchdown for Clemson, and not a bad run for Cortez Rhodes and Rice. I mean, he carried them on his back, basically. They gave him the football like 100 times in those playoff games, and I mean, his overall statistics greatly influenced by what they did in the playoffs. It seems like they were letting him kind of get off the gas pedal a little bit, but once they got to the playoffs, it was all in on him. He declared, which is a little surprising. I felt like he really could have stayed another season and really, been like a 90-something overall and really had a chance to push this Rice team to a national title. But for the second time in this video, kind of a player that I thought was on the fringe and I really thought would have benefited from coming back for another season, making a national title run, making another playoff run. Maybe he thought his stock was never going to get higher after those playoff games. I can at least understand that, but it's going to be, a little bit more of a flat end because, one, the defensive end, this one I wasn't expecting. He got cut, but as I just kind of quickly show you Michel's career, the tackle, like that's basically going to do it, and we'll get into all the stats, all the information, all the fun stuff, as I think we really had a couple of really fun players in this video. This is definitely the most star-studded that I think we've had, so let's get into all the info right now. We start off with where these players landed, and it was a little bit more spread out than our previous Florida video, as there was a lot of one-offs. 8 different one-off schools kind of landed one of these players, but at the top of the board, USC, Oregon was no surprise, but Arizona State snagging 4 of the players. They became a real powerhouse in the dynasty, won multiple national championships, one of which we spectated, and then Texas getting 3. Those players were all pretty good, and then Cal snagging 2 of them, one of which was like the worst player in the video, but still Cal got on the board with 2, so a little bit more spread out than we had in Florida. Then the positions, I mean, the reason USC was able to get up there is because they just snagged every tackle that lived and breathed in the state of California, and they got basically all of them. But 5 quarterbacks was a lot more fun, seeing California produce all these great quarterbacks, and obviously an amazing one in Jamison Free. Then we had 4 safeties, 3 DNs, and then everything else was pretty spread out. Wide receiver, running back, linebacker with 2, a center, and a corner. So, a nice variety of positions, but really nice to see the amount of quarterbacks, because in real life, a lot of great quarterbacks do come from the state of California. Then the development and how they were busts and gems. We had 3 gems throughout the entirety of the video, 4 busts. So the gems came pretty early on. The busts came pretty much at the end. And then there was like this middle chunk full of just normal players. And then for the developments, pretty spread out. 6 elite, 9 star, 8 impact, just 2 normals. So always disappointing when you see a normal, but we had all 5 stars except for one 4-star. He became a normal, which not surprising, but the normal development player for Boise State did get drafted, and then the other normal development player was that just abysmal route running wide receiver. But a lot of very spread out developments, and nice to see 15 of the players be star or elite dev. And for the development path, not bad at all, starting off on an average of 77. Now, you want to maybe subtract the bum 67 overall that we had, and it would be a little bit higher, but 82 overall, 85, and then by year 4, 88 overall. That's pretty good. I mean, that's basically just an NFL caliber player. We had an 81 overall to start. We had 95 overall. That's about as high of a high as we've hit in these videos. A 95 overall by the end of their career. And for the most part, any player that made it through their career, they were pretty competent. I mean, we've had videos where the lowest final overall of a player will be like 83, and they only get up plus like 3 or 4 their whole career. But for the 22 players that made it their whole careers, they jumped up. I mean, lowest career jump being +7, that's pretty much better than a lot of the other videos that we've done, where I've had multiple instances where, a 79 walks in and he only becomes like an 83, even if he has good development. So nice there. And then the biggest overall jump being +14, we had a couple of those. So nice development path for the state of California. And for the extra info, 80% of the players ended up getting drafted to the NFL. So 22 of them finished their career. Of the 22, 20 did get drafted. 6 of them were first-round picks. 7 made it to a 5th season, so they got the red shirt and actually stayed their whole career. 9 players, 90+ overall, 5 All-Americans. And the really interesting one, I feel like, there were 25 players, 6 of them #1 overall recruits. That is a pretty high ratio that basically, 1 in every 4 years, the #1 overall recruit in that dynasty was from the state of California. That's a pretty big ratio, so I thought that was maybe the most interesting stat that we had. And finally, we have the best of the best, and there wasn't a lot of players that we spectated. There wasn't a vast amount of guys that seen a bunch of action and were super successful, but my goodness, look at those top 3. I mean, those are all arguably the best that we've seen at each of those positions in any of these videos. Chance Garrison, a 2,000-yard season, a 95 overall. Yes, that is not a typo. 7 yards per carry on 600 career carries. Unbelievable. Martin Sharping, a 6'6" wide receiver, who in his first season was just kind of a backup, but 3 years as a starter, all comfortably over 1,000 yards, 17 yards per catch, double-digit touchdowns all those years. And then Jamison Free, a 4-year starting quarterback at Oregon who made 3 national championships, won 2 of them, won a Heisman Trophy, and racked up the statistics in the air and on the ground, almost, 200 career touchdowns. And then we had Jimmy Lockett, who we never got to see play, but 36 sacks. Cortez Rhodes, who I felt like would have had a lot better of a career stats if he, stayed for that final season. He was really good when we did watch him. And overall, that will do it. A lot of fun players. Those top 3 were amazing, super fun to watch, and I hope you guys did enjoy. Tell me which one of the players was your favorite. Any one of those 3 top guys could be a valid pick. So was these the best set of players, running back, wide receiver, quarterback, that we have seen in any of these videos? You let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all that stuff is super helpful. And I will see you guys all in the next one.